Hi, I'm with Reverend Katharine Harts, Senior Pastor of Scottsdale Congregational United Church of Christ today. Hi, Katharine.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
We recently were in Rochester, New York, and we were doing a worship service there, and then in subsequent workshops. One of the interesting things that took place was your reaction to music under prayer, and you shared that with some of the pastors that were there, and I wonder if you could share some of that with us today.
Well, as you remember, we did a worship service together, and after we had done that worship service, we asked for feedback, and people said it was seamless. And then when I asked why was it seamless, most people didn't really know why. And then I said, was there music playing behind everything? And people had to think and remember, yes, there was music playing through the entire service, and that's what gave them that feeling of seamless. And as we explored what they meant by seamless, they meant that they were transported out of their normal way of worshiping into another place. And I thought that was a good sign, but we had to lift that up and make it conscious that music was behind every part of it. And then when I asked, was there music behind the prayer, some people said, well, that would make it difficult, wouldn't it, for people to hear you, to hear the pastor if there was music behind the prayer? And I thought that was a great moment because you were able to unpack that a little bit, that you were playing at a different register than when I was speaking at, and that I was listening to you and responding to you, and you were listening to me.
We had a dialogue.
Exactly. So prayer was a conversation between us, musician and pastor, and of course, who was leading us? God was leading us, the Holy Spirit. But I remember distinctly in Rochester, there was a moment where I just stopped and listened to you, and I felt like the prayer was done. And then a whole new stream of words and images came to me, and the prayer continued. And a couple people told me afterwards, did I know what was happening in the group at that point? Because it really resonated as an authentic moment for them.
Wow.
There was another great moment in that worship service that I think is worth exploring, where we didn't know how we were going to make the transition between one piece of music into another piece of music, and we sort of just trusted that something would happen. The Spirit would help us. But it was the moment where I was teaching the Aramaic prayer of Jesus, and I had everyone focus on the vibration of aboon, aboon,
You actually feel it. Yeah.
And then I had them place their hand on their chest and feel aboon. So we started intoning that, and you enhanced it with the music, and the whole place was saying aboon, daba, shemaya.
Praying the prayer of Jesus.
Praying the prayer, Aramaic prayer of Jesus.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to transition into Love Supreme.
That's right.
John Coltrane. Now, how are we going to do that?
Yeah.
And there was the moment where you switched, and those words, so simple, Love Supreme, started emerging, and some people were still doing aboon. And then Love Supreme started coming in. And the transition became the moment.
So these moments then are really to be treasured when they happen. These are kind of gotten to the point, you and I have gotten to the point where we almost, that's what we look for. That's exactly what we want to happen. And it's not so much for us, but it's for them. We want them to be a part of this experience because that all points to the experiential part of worship.
Well, it's the difference of talking about God and being open and experiencing God in the moment together. And there's nothing more thrilling to me than a whole group, a community, feeling that moment together of experiencing God.
Great. Well, thanks so much.
You're welcome.